Not rushing God's timing. The world we live in, most of us are looking for instant gratification. We are not looking for long suffering. We are not looking for patience. We are not looking for time to slip by. We think that if you don't act on something now, it is gone forever. I want to be the first one to tell you that it absolutely is not the case. God's timing is precise timing. You may have avoided something beforehand. He will bring it back if it's meant for you. He will be slow, and he will give you things when you're ready for it.
That is the biggest lesson I have been learning so far. 2025, January started off really hard for me. My best friend, my little baby of 15 years. I mean, she was 15 years old when she passed. She was with me for 13 of those years. My favorite dog, Brina. And anytime you have a grief of any sort, you want your will to be done, you struggle. I haven't felt that feeling in a long time, and it just started to take over. And thankfully, I have my faith. I have other believers that were able to stand me firm in the faith and ground me, thankfully. But it really was showing, my flesh, our flesh is always going to want to go against what the will of the Father is, what the will of God is. And unless we put ourselves in check constantly, like Jesus did, where even when Jesus came to earth, he knew he would have to die. He even begged and pleaded to not have that happen while it was about to happen. And he even said, "Your will be done." But it's a matter of putting our hearts back in check and making sure that we are speaking and loving the Father's will and listening to God and allowing Him to decide on everything rather than our flesh just thinking spur of the moment or to make us happier, we should do it this way, or I want to do this, I want to do that. We have to start to learn to silence the I want, the I need, the this is my way, this and that. I have been learning that so much. And, one thing I do want to point out too, when it is God's way, it's not forced. When it is God's way, there is no force of reaction. There's no, when you are doing something and there's so much friction against it, and it seems like all the forces are against you, all the enemies, all the adversaries are against you and pulling at you. For example, we had tried to get an adoption agency, and the one woman just wouldn't give us a chance. We had all the proper documentation. The way that she was implying things was completely wrong, and she wasn't professional, and it just seemed like there was so much resistance. And it can also be that God is showing that because that's not where He wants you to be going. So in that way, if it's an event like that where it's separated in that way of the peace and the joy and the relaxation that the Lord gives us, it may not be an attack, but it may be an understanding like, don't force it in that direction. That is not what I have for you. The Lord speaks loud. He speaks clear in certain circumstances, and not, the Lord is a very calm demeanor. Like, he's very calm, and he also is very patient. But he will knock you back on track if you so far as to go the other direction. Think about Jonah. Jonah got swallowed up by the whale trying to run from the will of God, and he was brought back to doing exactly what the Lord had asked him to do in the first place. So it's just, I've been learning so much of that as of lately, not forcing things, allowing God to direct the course of my steps. And if I don't know what direction to take, we pray about it. We speak to Him about it. We wait and we're patient. And truthfully, I think patience in a world that we live in right now is a thorn in everyone's side, especially mine. I think patience will be something that I have mastered in certain areas, but I will always be working towards for the rest of my life, probably, just based on the timing of my birth, the timing that we are here on this earth. Patience is not something that is often found very easily. And, being 27, I want to master patience. I want to be that person that is patient. I want to show patience to other people. And, God is showing that in my life, that patience truly is the way to have answers be provided, because God is not going to be taking you from one thing to the next to the next to the next without you sitting and like counseling in for his opinion on things. Or I just feel that over time the will of the Father is truly like the waiting of it. We need to wait and just be patient, and understanding that our way is not superior to the Lord's way. And I can look at that in my track record. I used to force relationships, force friendships, force and, go and be constantly on go and never relaxing, never at peace, never, at rest. And the Lord showed me. It took me years to find that out, because I finally woke up and understood, like, this is the result of me believing that I have the will to choose what's best for me. And sometimes the Lord will allow you to choose things. He's going to give you the opportunity to open up your life and to allow you the choice. But when you force things and you're just looking for temporary satisfaction in people that are not good for you, places that are not good for you, situations like a job, honestly, it's going to throw you off track. And in my experience, the Lord waits patiently for you to learn the lessons so that you understand that his way is higher. His way is the only way. And I pray that everyone that listens to this is able to just look at their own lives and see the areas at which they've felt a force, whether it be a decision that they made to move, a decision that they made to stay, a decision that they made to apply for a new position, or for spending thousands of dollars on something that they don't have the money for, and forcing it because it had a shiny name tag, it had a shiny tag on it. Waiting patiently and allowing the Lord to open the door for you. He will always give you something that is far greater if you are patient and allow him to move mountains for you. The Lord does move mountains. He is open to showing his face to you. He's open to revealing things to you, but you have to be willing to seek him and to see that his way is the highest. And, I was really struggling with this, and in the midst of me recording this, I'm struggling. So I want to remind everyone that even if you are a believer in Jesus, even if you believe in God, even if you lay it down and pray to him, and, we are human, we are going to be imperfect, even though perfectly made by God, but we were perfectly made because we rely on him. So the more you rely, the more you spend and dwell in the secret place, the more you are covered and protected by him, the more you understand when things are forced, when that adoption agency was giving us the heat and making us feel that we were inadequate dog owners, or that we didn't do a good job, that we didn't fill the paperwork out properly, and it was confusing and a mess. To be honest, it was just that was not from God. That experience that we were having from the adoption agency was not from God, because we've had a seamless adoption at the next place that has literally come to us so easily, and the signs are all there. The Lord is speaking loud and calmly in that way. He delivers in such a way that is higher than what you imagine. And I just want to emphasize for anyone that's in a struggle season, if we consider it in the Bible that you are in the wilderness, where the Lord took Israel into the wilderness for 40 years, 40 years, and was bringing them to salvation. People during that time did not believe where God was taking them. They didn't have the faith. So, the Lord is not, maybe he's going to take you on a 40-year train of constantly needing to rely on him. But there's moments in our time that we are in the wilderness and we have to rely on the Lord because we don't see the vision that he has for us. You're not supposed to, because if you saw the end result, it wouldn't be from the Lord. It would be a dark spirit. It would be, prefacing it before you even have it. The Lord takes you through the lesson to build the character of yourself so that you can obtain what he has waiting for you. That gift, that joy that he is ready to give to you, he gives to you when you have prepared for it, when you have allowed him to strengthen you, when you have allowed him to enter into your life and you rely on him. When we walk into the wilderness and think we just have to take 2 steps and come back out, aka walking into a situation that adversity or struggle or we don't have the bills paid or and we're things like that where we're struggling mentally, we're trying to figure it all out, and we don't want to step into that phase where the Lord takes over. We just think, oh, I'm going to walk in 2 steps and then you know what, I'm going to bounce. No, the Lord wants to take you through that struggle, that trial, that tribulation, because he is right there with you. He's going to protect you, and he is also going to redeem you. Your soul will be redeemed at the end of it, because there's going to be something that the Lord did inside of your heart. If you allow, your heart, your mind, everything can transform, and you become the next version of yourself so that he can also trust you. It's a back and forth. It's a conversation with the Lord. It is not that he's just leading you and then you go in the direction forever. You were constantly obedient to him without even thinking or without him considering you. The Lord considers your heart. The Lord takes you and considers your heart. He knows you. He built you. He knew you before you were knit in the womb, in Jeremiah it specifies. So the understanding is that it's a relationship. The Lord is only going to prepare you and take you into things that he knows that you can handle. The adversity, he knows that you can handle it. Your version that you may be in right now, you think that you can't do it. You struggle and you're thinking that there's no way. Well, God will make a way. He will move mountains. I assure you, based on my own experience, based on others' testimonies, the Lord can do anything through the redemptive nature of your heart. As long as you rely on him, as long as you let him take the reins, I promise you, what situation you are in right now can maximize if you just allow the Lord to take your heart and walk you and lead you forward. And I hope that this message met you in a place where you needed comfort and guidance, because as I'm speaking this, I needed it for myself too. So I just pray over the hearts and the ears and the minds of those that are listening to this, that once you give it to God, continue to give it to God. Continue to lay it down at his feet. Continue to trust him. And I just pray over you all. And I do have to go into a workout class, so I hope everyone has a great day. Bye. And thank you for listening to Authentically Divine. Take care.